Oh man, here we go. Here we go. Hello, hello, hello. Average caffeine enjoyer. What's up, dude? Hey, let me know how it sounds. I've never done this before, so help me out. Help me out. Help me out. I got to make sure it sounds good. All right, got to make sure it sounds good. Sorry, guys. I know the lighting's the camera's trash. I'll fix this for next time. It sounds good. Okay, cool, cool. I'm gonna get on my YouTube and look at this and just make sure. What's up, everybody? We got 7 people in here. 2 likes. 2 likes. First of many streams, guys. First of many streams, guys. Sorry for the late. I know if you guys follow me on Instagram, you saw that I announced I was going to be doing this. It's a little bit late though. Had some difficulties. I was trying to do like a Twitch and YouTube stream combined in I was doing Streamlabs and just was not working for me. Dude, I just listen to the Marines who inspired to grow my channel. No, T-Dog, I tried and I just could not figure it out. So for the next time, I will be doing a dual stream. So I'll have Twitch and YouTube both going at the same time. So Jay's going to be on the stream. Jay's going to be on the stream. He's going to call in later. So you guys going to talk to Jay. I got another one of my buddies. We're going to talk about some fun stuff today. Love the shirt. Hell yeah. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it, brother. Alrighty. Let some more people roll in here. Maybe if anyone else ever even comes. I guess I should probably post on my Instagram. I should update the people that I'm live. Let's see. Let's update everybody. All right, smile for the camera, everybody. Smile for the camera. We are live on YouTube. Get this baby up. We're gonna be live for quite a while, guys. We're gonna talk about some crazy stuff today. Well, yeah, one of my contributing factors on joining the Marine. I appreciate that. Been a minute, Garrett. Oh, it's been a minute, dude. It's been good though. Do I have any dogs? Of course I do have dogs. You know, Yogi and Bella. Make sure the stream is set to public so we can rematch it or rewatch it. Sounds good. We'll do. By the way, if any of you guys are trying to clip this stream, please do so. If anything happens, I don't know if anything too crazy will happen in this podcast, but it's kind of like the introductory podcast. But if it does, and you want to clip, by all means, clip. Just make sure you give me like credit and stuff like that when we do that. When we do all that. All right. Alrighty. Let's see. Post this on Instagram and get the link. Get the link. Completely evil. Oh, I was watching this conspiracy video. Let's see, where we at? 19 people in here right now. 19 people. When's the hog reveal, bro? Come on now. Jay will be in here in a little bit, guys. That looks so funny. Oh, fuck, I forgot. It looks hilarious. I'm looking at my monitor up here, but like my camera's down here, so it's kind of throwing me off a little bit. Throw me out just a little bit, all right? Let me get this link. All right, guys, and if any of you guys want to join this stream or if you guys want to hop on and say something, shoot me a DM on Instagram right now, like during the stream. I'll be checking my DMs constantly. And if you guys want to like hop on, say something to the stream, you guys can do that. We'll just call each other on Instagram. You guys can talk through here. I'm sure there's a way we could like share the screen or something, but don't know how to do that yet. I'm new. So yeah, first stream, guys. Let me go ahead. Post it to my Instagram. If you guys don't already follow my Instagram, make sure to do that there. It's my name with 2 D's on the end of Telford. So make sure to follow me on there. I'm very active on Instagram. Post a lot of stuff. Posted a really awesome video today, which if you guys have not seen, I highly encourage you to go to my Instagram and watch it. It was all about media disparity and how the media constantly lies to us and is very easily through means of just changing the way they shoot a video, edit it, is easily able to sway our perception on a situation. So super good though, super good. I'm gonna put some music over this. What song, guys? What song?
You know when you be late, you miss all the lights. That's right.
I think so. All right, boom. We are posted on Instagram. Cool. So yeah. So let me go ahead and kind of get you guys a little rundown on what I've been doing. So I've been obviously got out of the Marine Corps 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago now, probably. been, just trying to figure things out. Obviously, if I'm being honest with you guys, the transition process kicked my ass a lot harder than I thought it would, 100%. In a good way, though. I thought I had a plan, did not really have a plan, but I thought I had a plan. Did not work out at all. I'm doing nothing according to what I thought I was going to be doing at all. But I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm grateful for it. And it's been a little tough, just like finding like super solid purpose in certain things and stuff like that. I started college. And at first, it was I applied really late, so I didn't even get the full time student status. So I actually started full time student status this week, finally, halfway through the semester. So finally going to be getting the full BAH rate, which is nice because I'm unemployed as fuck. Paychecks aren't rolling in very well. However, when they do, they're nice. But yeah, so it's just been a little bit weird, been lacking purpose. I wouldn't say I've been lacking purpose. I always have purpose. I've been lacking something that like makes me want to jump out of bed in the morning and go after it, something that really I'm passionate about. And over the last 2 weeks, honestly, I feel like I've found stuff that is fueling my passion. And I've always loved conspiracies, right? I throw the conspiracy out there lightly. From here on out, I'm not going to be using the word conspiracy. But I have been loving researching current events. And then also this thing right here, guys, this thing right here, if you're unfamiliar, this is the Holy Bible. All right. And been diving into that a lot. And, for a couple reasons, right? We as humans, whenever we get down, whenever we get into like a low place, we tend to open up the Bible. That's when we tend to talk to God the most, right? Selfishly, but obviously, but that's the beautiful thing about God is he's there for us in all moments, even the toughest. And in our toughest moments, we usually don't have many people there for us, but God's always there. And been opening this up a lot. I've had stretches in my life where I've opened the Bible up a lot. Before I joined the Marine Corps, I was going to church heavily, opening the Bible. Boot camp, obviously. And if you guys been in boot camp, you probably became really religious during boot camp, right? During times of struggle, we go to God, right? And then on deployment was when I really, really started opening the Bible heavily and really getting into it. And it was great. It was great. Learned a lot. A shout out to my old platoon commander, Kenny, guys like Spencer Colzar. And he was a Catholic, right? I'm a Christian, but still like same, we both believe in Jesus Christ, right? Very, very, and it just helped me a lot, right? Having a group of people that I could like read the Bible with, right? My buddy Jared Jancic, obviously one of the first guys I opened the Bible with. We went to church together for the first time when I was in high school. We decided to on our own. Met up with Pastor Randy. Pastor Randy, great dude. And then I wouldn't say I got away from the Bible, but I just became kind of like complacent in it. I would open it, I would pray, I would go to church, but I became like very, I guess you could say, I don't know. I became like complacent in my faith, right? And since I've been out of the Marine Corps, especially, I've tried to become much better in that. And it's because of obviously, things, haven't been exactly how I thought they were going to be in the civilian world, but also just like sometimes I've had days where like the most productive part of my day is when I bust open this and I feel really good about it. And like I've truly, because I always was a believer in Jesus Christ, right? But now like I never like understood everything, and I still don't understand everything. We never will. But I was always like, I just don't understand this, this, and this, right? And I never questioned Jesus Christ, never questioned God. I've always been a firm believer, but I was always like, how can I argue this? How can I stand up for this, right? And I was always like, I was almost scared to outwardly express my faith just because I felt like I wasn't a good enough, I wasn't strong enough in my faith to do so. I'm still not necessarily strong enough in my faith to do any, I mean, to like, be outwardly out there and, talking about it like pastors do. But I realized that like all I need to confess is that God has saved me. God has saved many others that I know. And like, that's the true beauty of it. And when I look into what's happening in the world today, and by the way, I guess I see your guys' chats. I'll get to those here in a second. I don't want to stray away from my thought. When I look at what is happening all over the world today, and this is what guys have been researching a lot. I'm unemployed. I have time to dive into politics, foreign policy, current events, right? Corruption scandals, history. Like I have time to dig into this stuff and I love it because it's real stuff. But I cannot help but realize and notice and find that almost everything that is happening in the world, that has been happening in the world, all leads back to one place, and that is a battle between good and evil, and that good and evil is uh, is is the battle between God and Satan, essentially. Like everything's good and evil. Like we can throw left and right around. We can throw Democrat, Republican, and a lot of you guys still probably throw. And I know I have a predominantly conservative fan base and platform, which is good. I'm a conservative. I believe in our conservative values that got us to where we are now, right? However, I am cognizant enough to realize that what is considered a conservative in this current moment, um, we are vulnerable. We are the people that technically own the government right now, essentially. So we're vulnerable. We are the targets, and it's very clear. And for like all my people that believe in Jesus Christ, we are direct targets, and I'll get into that here in just a little bit. But my faith has only been strengthened by diving into what's happening in the world currently, because what's happening in the world currently is a battle between good and evil. It's not Democrat, Republican. It's not woke. It's versus conservative. It's none of that. Like when Charlie Kirk got killed, right? And I'll be honest, guys, I did not. I wasn't a fan of Charlie Kirk when he died. I agreed with a lot of the things he said, especially like a majority of his conservative values. Was a big fan of. I thought he was a very well spoken man. He was a man of God. A believer in Jesus Christ. A man of good faith and a good dude, I think. But his stance on certain foreign policy issues, I couldn't back. Right. Want me to say the word? I don't know if I can say the word, or I might get like kicked off YouTube. But his stance on the whole Israel situation, right? And granted, we can have our opinions on Israel, right? We can have our opinion what's happened over there, okay? Now, and when I say this, I'm not saying that I'm one of the the woke free Palestine people, okay? Like I believe that Palestinians should have freedom, but I'm also not one of those people that early on listened to what the news said and said. And I wasn't one of those people that watched CNN and CNN was like, "Oh, it needs to be free Palestine because for some reason Israel's the Republicans and Palestine's the Democrats." Like it should have never been a left and right issue. It should have never meant. It should have never been a left and right issue. But if you guys notice, every single thing that happens in the United States and abroad, right? Our media, our American media always paints as a left and right thing. When Charlie Kirk was killed, it was immediately you went to any comment section, right? And first off, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Like I said, I didn't necessarily support him at the time of his death because of certain things that he was backing, right? And that's okay. You don't have to support me for backing certain things. I'm not asking you to support me if we don't completely align with each other's values. That's perfectly fine. However, when I saw Charlie Kirk die, and I saw it almost immediately, when I saw him bleed out, my heart sank because wow, that's another human being being ruthlessly killed in front of thousands of people, and he has a family and he has a wife, and it was horrible. It was horrible. It was gut wrenching. Okay, as would any other person that gets killed. Like if I watch some dude across the street get his head blown off, I would be like, wow, that's horrible. Especially if he was a good man, and especially if he had his head blown off because he had a disagreement with someone over political issues that are made a bigger problem because of the media, right? So Charlie Kirk was killed, and immediately you went to any comment section on Instagram, and it was immediately Republicans saying the woke Democrats are killing us now, this, and that, and the Democrats, and then they have the Democrats posting on their stories that, oh, he deserved it, right? Immediately, like with the media didn't even have a chance to report on it, and it was already because we're so brainwashed as a country, left and right. Oh, the Democrats did this, oh, the Republicans did this. Our political system has been made, it's no longer about policy. Left and right is no longer about policy. It's about identity. I'm a Republican and I'm a Democrat, right? And we both say that we want this for our country to be better. But no, at the end of the day, it really comes down to just trying to beat the other side. And I don't think there's any denying that. And granted, there are Republicans and there are Democrats out there that do want better. However, the people that are funded billions of dollars by billionaires, foreign governments, different lobbies, right? They're not gonna question what these people sending them their paychecks are saying, right? But got on a tangent there, guys. I'm sorry. But what I was trying to say is like, the good and evil, right? The good and evil, all these things that I'm looking into. And I encourage you guys to really look into things, use research, right? Now, when I say research things, I don't mean just go on ChatGPT and ask questions. I ask, like, go on ChatGPT, ask questions, right? But then ask for the sources in which it got those answers from, okay? I debate with my ChatGPT all the time. And granted, using an AI GPT is very risky when it comes to research purposes. Why? I'll get into that in a little bit, okay? Let me read the chat real quick. Okay, just everybody talking. We're good right now? We're good. Hey, everybody good? How are we doing tonight, by the way? How are we doing right now? Is everyone good? You can just say APAC. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, shoot. We got notifications on. How are we doing, everybody? Texas flag in the back. Yep, moving to Texas in January, by the way. Shout out to Jay. He persuaded me. Yep. Okay, cool. Just want to see how you guys just want to interact with you guys. It's like giving a speech. I have to interact with you guys. Okay. But yeah. Where was I? Holy. All paths, all the research that I've been doing leads back to God. And to me, there is no other answer. And I am unapologetic in saying that there's no other answer. And that's essentially the route that I'm taking all of my content. And I know a lot of you guys came to me because of the military content, because of the Marine Corps content, right? And I love that. And I'm so grateful for that. And a lot of you guys are still here. Like, I'm still pulling in, 3,000 plus views on videos that I'm unemployed on, like with a picture of me mowing the lawn, like still pulling in 3.6 thousand views. That is awesome. And I am blessed and grateful for that because, before the Marine Corps, if I would have ever posted that video, I would have gotten like 50 views and it would have gotten like 6 likes. But now we're pulling in hundreds of likes, hundreds of comments, thousands of views. People are buying merch from all over the country. We have people tuning in. Like, where are you guys all from? I would love to see where everyone's from. Like, you guys are all tuning in from all over the place. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's crazy. And this is just the start. Yeah. PA, New Jersey, Florida, Cali, Arizona, Connecticut, Washington, Maryland, Georgia, Oregon, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Texas. Dude, this is awesome. That's fucking awesome. Oh my God. Wow. Maryland. Dude. That's awesome. Round of applause, chat. Round of applause, chat. That's awesome. I love to see that. Yeah, we're all over the place, guys. And yep, 2-1 Gunsmoke. We're just all tuning in, and it's awesome. And I'm so grateful. I mean, look at all. I mean, let me say it again. Let me just say it again. Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Florida, Cali, Arizona. We have to help you pay the bills. Yes, you should, Anderson. Thank you. Connecticut, Washington, Maryland, Georgia, Oregon. July 6th to San Diego. Hell yeah. Shipping. Hell yeah, dude. Good luck, man. Nebraska, Oklahoma, Texas, Maryland, H-Town, Houston, Rome, Italy. Oh, Garrett, you're doing some crazy. Garrett's always doing some crazy shit. Guys, that's awesome. That's awesome. Ads on stream. Got to get that bread, brother. I did put ads. I'm sorry, guys. I'll be honest with you guys. I just put medium, though. I didn't put heavy ads. I put medium, okay? If I start getting some donations in the near future, I'll take the ads off. All right? I'm not asking for donations, though, right? Just a man's got to pay his bills, I'm in the garage right now. Come on. I'm not in no penthouse yet. Yeah, thoughts on Oki. I'll answer a question real quick. Thoughts on Oki. I thought Oki sucked, but I was only there for deployment. Guys that are stationed there usually really love it. So, but yeah. So what I was saying, my content is I'm like I said, this is where it started from, right? Started with Marine Corps content, created a platform of over 21,000 people, 21,000 amazing people. And I think we have a very healthy platform. I think most of the people that watch my videos are very driven. They have a purpose in their life. They want to do things that are bigger than themselves. That's essentially what the military is. And I know it's what a lot of my platform is. And for that, I'm grateful. And I'm grateful that I have the people on my platform that I do, because everyone that DMs me, all of you guys that I've met, all of you guys that I've talked to, you all seem like amazing people. The comments I get are incredibly healthy and just like unbelievably good. and inspiring. The DMs I get from you guys, I know I don't answer very well, but they're amazing. And it's just beautiful, and I'm so grateful. But the content's moving away from that. Obviously, it already has, okay. But we're going into what I call, in an official sense, Christian-based investigative journalism. So I'm going to be diving in. I've been diving in all week on a certain investigation primarily right now, but I have a couple projects in mind. Obviously, the Instagram video I posted today, if you guys have not seen, go see it and repost it because I want more people to see it, about the media and the way they are able to sway our perception on things. But more projects like that, and just brutally truthful journalism. We're going to talk about the hard things that people don't want to hear. And I'm not going to try to push you guys in either way. I'm basically going to put information out there on a silver platter and let you guys make your own assumptions. And normally when I make these kind of videos, I have assumptions that I know that most people are going to make. That's why I do them, because I have an agenda, of course. Just like everything else that you do in life, it has an agenda. It has a purpose. You wouldn't do it otherwise. But it looks like Jay's in the chat. So Jay, how can you convince Isaac to move to Texas? How you convince Isaac? Well, hey, I'm not moving to Odessa, but I am moving to Texas. Boycott Starbucks. Landon, don't say that, bro. I actually like the cold brews. By the way, Landon's gonna be joining us here in a little bit. Okay. All right. We're gonna have. Let's see. It looks like you guys want to talk to Jay, so I'm gonna give him a FaceTime real quick. All right. See if Jay answers. Let's see what he does. Let's see what Jay wants. Let's see if he wants, or let's see if he's gonna answer. All right, guys. Let's see. A little Jay on stream. Jay on stream. There it is. There he is. I don't know how to do the stream thing. I'm sure there's a way I can get you on here, but I don't know how.
Yeah, probably just do it on Instagram. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I can't get paid that way though. I gotta pay the bills. I'm unemployed. I'm broke. But is there anything you want to say to the people?
Hey, Papa Joyner's a firefighter now.
Let me turn my donut server on. Let me turn donut server on. I got hella notifications. Go ahead.
Papa Joyner's a fucking fire cadet, okay? Fuck. Only licensed paramedic in the year.
Wow. Look at you.
And once again, death to Israel.
Yeah. There it is. There it is. Oh.
Netanyahu's a war criminal.
Yes, yeah, I agree.
Donald Trump is a sellout and a secret Jew. He just applauded his daughter to renounce and turn away from Christ. And the Rothschilds still control all of America.
Yep, they have been since before World War I. So, yeah. Well, there you guys have it. If you guys want to sneak peek into where my channel's direction is going, it's going to be a lot of controversial stuff like what just was pronounced. All right. If you don't like what Jay's saying, don't listen to him then. You know?
Get out! Suck me! That's what I think. If you don't fucking like what I'm saying, suck me! I will finish. I will.
You see, Jay is he's very unapologetic in the way he pronounces things, and he's very outspoken, and I think we need people like that. Okay. Wow. Oh wow. That was no questions asked. I'm gonna get banned my first stream, dude.
Oh shit. I forgot about that.
Holy.
Guys, this is AI voice.
This is not a FaceTime. This is AI the whole time. This is AI the whole time.
AI voice.
Yeah.
This is Sora.
Yeah.
Sora AI.
Yeah.
You can't convict me.
Fuck.
Anyways, Al Hitler.
Ever worked in intelligence? No, I have not. All right. Okay. Okay. You said a lot of things we can't say, done a lot of things we cannot do. Just kidding. But freedom of speech. We're bringing it back. Yeah. IR. Don't worry, Jay. IR are gonna call your ass back up now. Yeah, you're fucked. You're getting called back. Well, wait, Jay. What would you do if like IRR called you back?
I'd probably just I'd bend my left leg in a way it's not supposed to bend, so much so that I destroy my fucking ACL, and then I'm useless to the Marine Corps.
Yeah. I wouldn't go back.
There's no. I mean, it's not an option.
Yeah,
It's not an option.
There's no way I would go back if IRR called me. If you guys aren't talking about IRR, is when you sign a contract, you sign 4 years of inactive reserve, and so basically, like for 4 years after you get out, they can still call you back if they need bodies. But I told everybody, I'm like, if I ever did that, I would not go back. Hey, hold up. T-Dog just donated $1.99. T-Dog, you, my friend, are a legend. Stay honest forever. Never get paid off by the Jews. Thanks, T-Dog.
Never sell out.
No, I won't sell out. I won't sell out. Thanks, T-Dog. I appreciate it. Yeah. Woo! Let's go. All right. Well, Jay, any last words you want to make for the chat? And shout out T-Dog while you're at it.
Shout out T-Dog. I want to suck you. And my final words. The Austrian painter was right.
Oh, okay. Hey. All right, we're not gonna. We'll break this down in an educated way one day. Okay, we're not just gonna. You're gonna get yourself canceled before we even start. Listen. I know. We're gonna break it down in an educated way one day. Okay, I'll let you. We'll do it together. All right. Thank God I didn't show that. Oh, I got no angry people in the chat. Yes, that's a good thing. But hey, I'm gonna let you go. All right.
All right.
I don't know if I should let you say anything else.
Probably not.
Yeah. I'm gonna get banned before I even start. So, all right, guys. All right. Everybody say bye to Jay. Bye, Jay.
I'll do a normal salute, not the other one.
All right. I'll talk to you later, dude. Oh man.
Bye,
Woo! Oh shoot, who am I calling? Calling someone on accident. Oh, I just called John Wilson. What are the odds? I actually just called John Wilson. That's hilarious. You doing this Ian Carroll style? To an extent. I'm gonna be doing an Ian Carroll style to an extent. I'm gonna be more focused. So, like, obviously wow, guys. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. This is unbelievable. Yo.
Tell me you didn't go. You
So
didn't need to.
I did not mean to. However, I'm live on YouTube right now, and I have 46 people watching, and I think they're already saying your name in the chat.
Holy shit. Hey, chat, it's been a while.
Dude, what are the odds I accidentally call you?
Yeah, so how the hell did you accidentally call me so you don't want to talk is what you're saying?
Yeah, I honestly dislike the fuck out of you, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't really miss you at all, dude. You're kind of a bitch.
Yeah, same. Yeah, dude, what the heck? You're
live in your garage right now?
Yeah, in the garage. Look, we got someone. Oh, wait. Carson Kistner just donated $9.99. Semper Fi, 250 years. Semper Fi. Yeah, hell yeah. That's good. Carson, shout out, brother. But hey, John, how's the Marine Corps? How's Cali?
Pretty dog shit, man. Pretty dog shit. Got no friends out here, so just kind of living solo.
So sad. So sad.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I miss you, brother. I do.
Yeah, I did miss you too.
Yeah.
Have you and Joyner talked about the ball yet?
No, we haven't. I don't know if I'll be able to get out there. Well, actually, I take that back. I'm probably coming out in November sometime for not the ball, but something else. But if I'm out there and you're out there, the only reason I haven't said anything yet is because it's not confirmed yet. So I'm waiting to figure that out. But I should know within like the next couple of weeks. So
sweet. Yeah, we'll try to plan some.
Yeah.
You gotta hit me up.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll let you know. And then you're coming back home for Christmas, right?
Yeah, Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So.
You're coming back for Thanksgiving too?
Yeah.
Oh, bet. Dude, one of those times, maybe both those times, I'll fucking get out there. I'll try to get Jay up here too.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
Dude, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Yep. All right, guys. Say bye to John.
See you, chat. I'll be seeing you soon.
Yep. All right. Love you, brother. You going to the gym right now, or what are you doing?
No, we just got back. I'm about to go make some food.
Oh, you did? Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
The John Wilson meal. All right, man. Well, I'll talk to you later, bro.
All right, man.
All right. How do you? Love you too, bro. Talk about. Wow, I just fumbled my words there. That's how much John means to me. Yeah. John Wilson, everybody. Round of applause. Round of applause for John Wilson, everybody. Round of applause for Carson Kistner, by the way. $10 donation. I seriously appreciate that. Wholeheartedly. My brother's here. Connor, you should come on the stream real quick. Come here. My brother's here. He's about to enter the stream. We just got a $10 donation. The boys are back. Yes. John, hey, everybody. Shout out to John. Good old times. John Wilson right there. Absolute legend. This is my brother, Connor. Get your face in it. What did you just do all day?
Work.
Yeah, he was farming. He was in the fields all day. Working late. Yeah. How was it? How's the crop? How's the harvest?
Good.
Yeah. How's Battlefield?
Good.
Yeah, here you go. They're screaming all the time about it. Yeah, that's my brother, guys. Dude, 3 people already. 3 people on the stream. We're about to get another one on here in just a second. His name's Landon. Landon, if you're still in here, yeah, Landon Brown on. I'll get Luis on here too. Yeah, it's Connor, guys. It's Connor. The bacon's gas.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Bella's over there barking, crying and shit. But yeah, let's see what the chat's saying. I'm knowing my cardio moving to the weights, brother. It was great to be a part of this first stream. Hoping to see many more. Absolutely, Jake. We're gonna be on for quite a while tonight, guys. So don't leave. Sammy carries that alpha. You're wrong. 7S, you're wrong. He does not do that. Show off the posters in the back. Oh, you guys want to see some stuff? Let me show some stuff. Let me show you guys some stuff. How about that? We're not diving into investigations yet. This is the opening podcast. I mean the opening stream. Oh shit. All right, so let me break it down for you guys. So as you guys know, marksmanship instructor. Okay. So here we have the M16. 5.56, well, M4, pardon me, M4. I think it's backwards on the screen, so you guys probably can't even read it. But yeah, I stole these from my office because they don't use them anymore. I also have the M27 right here, which is just an unbelievably good rifle. The Marine Corps is finally utilized. You can pull that out. Oh, shit. The Marine Corps is gosh dang. The Marine Corps is finally utilizing this rifle in a proper way, too, because it's an unbelievable rifle. And old heads will hate on the M27. Right, but anyone that's used M27 will tell you it's a great rifle as long as you take the suppressor off and you do a shorter barrel. If you do the recon kit on M27, it's a phenomenal rifle. The SCO heavy, is it optimal for most situations? Probably not. Still a great optic though. Really like the M27. I wish I could have one of my own. Texas flag, obviously, but I'm about to pull out an even better weapon for you guys. Let's see, back this baby up real quick. So my family has passed this down for many years. I don't know what the chat's saying. As you get the Don judges men. But this right here, a musket. Yes, a musket. I promise the next stream will have like an actual camera and everything. But as you guys can see, they're very long. I'm 6 foot tall. This is probably like 5 feet 2 inches.
It's like 5, yeah.
Or like 4'11", something like that. But passed down from 1865 from South Carolina through my family. It actually has the words written in right here. You guys aren't gonna be able to see it on the computer, but doesn't shoot, I don't think, anymore. But pretty cool. The trigger still kind of pulls. What this was used for, I don't know. I don't know what this was used for. But I do know it's from 1865. Or 1864, I think. Sorry, 1864, which is, as you guys know, right when the Civil War was going on. If I'm correct, I believe the Civil War ended in 1865. I haven't done any study on the Civil War in a while, so I'm a little crummy on my information there. But yeah, we got this here. If you guys know a lot about these, let me know, because I used to do a lot of research on it when I was younger, but I don't know a lot about it anymore. But yeah, let's see. It's crazy. South will rise again, gun. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, and then also we updated the camera, guys. We got the mic on there now, so the audio will be much better, look a lot more official too. I'm gonna find a way to stream with my camera. But yeah, let me put this back. Come sit back down and go on another rant. So, yeah, everybody, are you hanging out here? Or are you doing something?
I'm going to shower.
All right, everybody, clap it up for Connor. You guys met Connor. You'll probably never see Connor. Well, you probably won't see Connor for like another 2 months now. He appears randomly and then disappears for a long time again. So, but yeah, he's here. He's here. So that's Connor. That's my brother. Yeah. So, bye, Connor. Bye. So, yeah. Let me fix my light. It's fucking. I need to lower it a little bit. But actually, hey, I'm gonna get into some crazy stuff with you guys. All right. Get it? This is the intro stream. But I want to break down some stuff that I've been researching and finding and stuff that I think is very important that I am currently working on a project for. So last Friday, I woke up, I was scrolling through YouTube in the morning, just trying to get some ideas for the day. And I came by a random video in my algorithm about some kind of foreign, it's called a FARA document, which is a Foreign Agent Registration Act. It's on the Department of Justice website, DOJ website. And basically they were talking about some kind of foreign government targeting Christians. I'm a Christian. And they were targeting in 4 specific states. So the video didn't give a lot of information on what was going on and what was going on. So I took the FARA document number. So they have a registration number, right? So what a FARA document is a Foreign Agents Registration Act. All right. So anytime a foreign agency wants to operate on American soil, they have to register with the Department of Justice and basically give all the information on exactly what they're doing, because you don't want foreign agents, right, coming onto American soil and operating without the government knowing what they're doing, right? That's a direct, I mean, it's basically, they could be spying, they could be building something, they could be doing things against American interests, right? Yeah, kind of like APAC, right? The only people that don't have to register as a foreign lobby. Crazy, right? But there was this document I came across where it was a man by the name of, I'm just going to say Chad. His last name is a little bit hard to pronounce. However, I have emailed him. He has not responded back yet. But he owns an LLC by the name of Faith by Works LLC, stationed out of San Diego, California. Basically, I'll pull up my phone. I have pictures. I wish I could screen share. I just don't know how to do that right now. Like I said, guys, my next stream, I'll be a lot more prepared and be able to like actually show you stuff. I'm going to read verbatim, and I'll show you guys the pictures as well. I'm going to read verbatim some of the key points that I took away from this. So it's an 86-page document, okay? And I went through every single page. I woke up that morning, got straight to it. 86 pages, went through every single page on my own, breaking down each page. And there was some crazy stuff. So first things first, the very first page of this document, by the way, if you guys want the document number, if you guys want to know how to do it, get your note-taking gear ready right now, and I'll give you guys the number and everything so you guys can go look at it yourself so you know I'm not lying. So if you guys go to any kind of search browser, any kind of search engine, and you look up FARA, FARA document search, it should bring you to an extension of the Department of Justice, the DOJ website. You go there and it'll basically have 2 different options on top. Just click all on them. And then you can put registrant name, registrant number. Okay. I think the easiest way of doing it is just do the registrant number. The registrant number for this, if you guys want to follow along with me, if you guys need me to re-say this, just let me know in the chat. It'd be awesome if some of you guys followed along with me, because I think this is very, very important, especially if you live in the states of Arizona, Nevada, Colorado, or California, and you are a Christian. Not trying to like single those people out. However, it's very important in terms of them, because we are the group of people that is being directly targeted, specifically in those 4 states. But you go on the FARA document search website and you type in, the registrant number is 7653, 7653. And a couple of different documents will pop up. You'll want to click on I believe it is the exhibit A and B or whatever it is. I can actually type it in real quick, and I can pull it up for you guys. That way I know for sure. Return to search screen. Let's see. Oh, I got to research it. FARA. Let's see. FARA doc. Search. Far doc search, and then let's go into let's go to all registered number 7653 search. Okay, boom. So once you're on the FARA doc search here, once you type in 7653, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different results will pop up. What you'll want to click on is the registration statement, which is the top one for most people. And it'll say Show Faith by Works LLC. Once you click on it, an 86-page PDF will pop up. You can download it if you want. Not that one. Not that one. Exhibit A and B, I believe. Exhibit A and B. I believe it's Exhibit A and B. The registrant information is only a 9-page document. It's basically kind of like their information as registrants. But anyways, right? If you get on here and you look at it, you'll see it. So, by the way, oh shit, we just got another donation. Low key, one of the churches is my old church, man. Keep spreading the word, dude. Brother, thank you for the donation so much. Round of applause, everybody. Round of applause. Low-key, you're a legend. $20. Thank you so much. But one of the churches is my old church, man. Keep spreading the word. So I'm assuming you've heard of this then, Low-key. I'm curious reach out to me, Low-key, if you can, because I'm trying to get in contact. I emailed over 60 different churches within Arizona, Colorado, and then one in California today. I'm doing a lot more the next couple of days, trying to, one, make them aware of what's going on, but two, see if I can get in contact with some staff from the church to understand how they're approaching this, right? So, guys, let me get into what's going on. Enough of me explaining it, right? But Exhibit A and B, it's an 86-page document. On the first page of the document, it shows the name of the registrant, Show Faith by Works LLC, and then it says the name of the foreign principal. The foreign principal is Israel, their Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and then the address is in Jerusalem. So, country region represented, Israel. This is all verbatim. It's right there in the writing. Okay, so the first things first, I'm like, okay, well, boom, we know Israel is trying to change the perception of the Americans, right? Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister of Israel, said on video, on live TV, that his intention, and he said it's going to be a very hard goal. I played it in my intro, my last video, but they need to affect the algorithms in a way that makes favorable information for them more prevalent than unfavorable information. And remember, when people use the word favorable, that doesn't mean it's true. Favorable means favorable for someone's agenda, right? For someone's agenda. There's information that I could give you guys that is favorable on my part, right? Doesn't make it true. There's also information that is unfavorable to me that doesn't make that true either, okay? So we have an active foreign entity that is pushing favorable information and trying to bury unfavorable information. And granted, they're doing this legally, because if you really dive into this, it doesn't seem very legal, okay? And I'm going to get into why, okay? So I'm going to go into my specific examples I have on here. And guys, so I'm making an entire video project. This is probably going to be a 3-part series. I'm hoping to drop my first video on this Friday, where I break it down in a much more impactful way, where it's not me straying away from the topics like I am right now. It's going to be very direct with physical examples on the screen in an edited format, okay? So when you go to So there's a section on the FAR document that says, describe fully the activities the registrant engages in or proposes to engage in on behalf of the above foreign principal. Verbatim, Christian outreach through various grassroots and digital targeting of Christians in the Western United States. Okay. And there's some other stuff. I'm talking about making a mobile museum and stuff like that. Okay. After that, they repeat that multiple different times. We go down, they're being paid directly by Havas Media, which is a German-based media company that is being funded by Israel's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And they are paying directly to Chad, which is the guy that runs Show Faith by Works LLC. They're being paid I'm pretty sure it's over $3 million right now. That's what I was able to see on the document. So I went through getting information. Requested budget is $3,258,000, right? And this is all coming from the Israeli government to operate on U.S. soil. So here we have the job status, right? One of the things that caught my eye is they have a Hollywood coordinator. It is number 3 on their job tiers, right? So they have the top tiers, right? I'll show you guys here. They have top tiers, which are green, middle tiers, which are orange, bottom tiers, which are blue. Those are like just people that are on the site working, managers, and then the up top people. The third highest position is a Hollywood coordinator. coordinate with top-tier Hollywood talent to book Christian celebrities and Christian athletes to deliver pro-Israel messaging, and use Hollywood connections to build a 5-star October 7th experience trailer. So obviously they're hitting hard on persuasive material. And I'm trying to say the word propaganda because I understand how some of you may support Israel, and that's okay. I don't agree with you, but that's okay. You can do that. So I don't want to go straight to the word propaganda because propaganda can be seen by some people as a very like, oh, you're saying it's bad, right? I think it's pretty bad, especially when you're targeting a specific group and the way they're doing it here, right? I'll break it down more for you guys. So on their items in which they're intending to use through this their work in the United States, right? Right here they have a couple different items. And the top item, and this is the big thing, this is the number one thing, is called targeted geofencing. The description, verbatim, largest geofencing and targeted Christian digital campaign ever. Geofence the actual boundaries of every major church in California, Arizona, Nevada, and Colorado, and all Christian colleges during worship times. Track attendees and continue to target them with ads. So let's break down what geofencing is, okay? Because I know a lot of you guys probably are not familiar with what geofencing is. And this is a problem because I wasn't familiar with what geofencing was until about a week and a half ago, coincidentally enough. Geofencing is a completely legal practice that companies, businesses, and governments can use, including foreign governments, as we're seeing here, can use to essentially target us without us knowing. And if you go online and try to ask how to avoid geofencing, it won't give you an answer because you're not allowed to avoid it. But they also don't tell us when they're doing it to us. Geofencing is something that's probably happened to every single one of us in this chat. I can guarantee you it's happened to every single one of us in this chat through different reasons, right? The whole idea, right? Let me give you guys an example, right? So Dwight, Illinois, right? Let's say I'm running for governor of Dwight, Illinois, okay? Or let's say I'm running for governor of Stafford, Virginia, okay? No, sorry, I'm running for governor of Virginia, but I need to win the vote in Stafford County, which is a county in Virginia. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay a company to geofence Stafford County. It's essentially what it sounds like. You build a fence around the county, right, through a digital platform. Now, how geofencing works and like the logistics and how it operates, I don't know. But essentially, in a simple term, what it does is there'll be a boundary created around Stafford County that once anyone with a cellular device crosses that line, that geofence, their phone will be directly targeted and infected with content posts via social media, search engines. It basically infected with propaganda or ads from whatever person is geofencing that place. And we, as the people, are never made aware of this. But we're also not allowed to avoid it. And I think that's a problem. I mean, I feel like that's a problem. I don't know if you guys agree with me. I like to see what you guys think, but I don't like the fact, and granted, I know that I'm being tracked. These are tracking devices, okay? I don't like the fact that companies, foreign governments that are operating on behalf of an American LLC can geo-target my phone and continue to track me and target me with ads, right? If you guys remember what I just read verbatim, on the end of, and granted, this is a government document, so what the words government documents are very specific, right? The end of it says, track attendees and continue to target with ads. So it sounds to me, right? Maybe I'm just a delusional conspiracy theorist idiot, but it sounds to me like they're intending on geofencing people going to church services at every major college within California, Nevada, Colorado, and Arizona. And they're going to essentially get their information. They're going to target them with ads. Then they're going to track them and continue to target them with ads. My big problem with this, right, is one, the privacy added, especially a foreign government, right? And now, granted, our own government officials, our own political parties have probably done this on us many, many times, right? Does that make it right? No, ethically, it's not right. Ethically, geofencing is not right in any means, okay? Especially without the consent of another person, right? But when you have a foreign government with interests that don't necessarily correlate with what we as Americans believe in, that's a major problem to me. And when the country doing it is a country that directly neglects Jesus Christ, yet they're targeting the faith, the people that believe in Jesus Christ, that is a problem. And another one of the reasons that I'm reaching out to all these churches, I'm trying to understand if the churches have been made aware of this, because I know the people haven't via other people, different individual resources and stuff like that, right? If the pastors of these churches are being made aware of this and they're allowing, and I don't know what their rights are, if they're allowed to allow a company to geofence their property. I don't know the rights around this, right? Like I would think that they would have to be contacted, but at the same time, I mean, I don't know, right? Because in the state in the PDF, it makes it very clear they're targeting every major church in those 4 states. And by the way, the total is about 4.2 million different people between all the churches and the college campuses, with pro-Israel and verbatim anti-Palestinian content. And if you go over the document, which is 86 pages, you'll notice that they switch back and forth between anti-Hamas and anti-Palestinian. I'm not a Hamas sympathizer at all. I do not like terrorist groups. I don't like people that kill people, right? However, if you're going to use anti-Palestinian, that there's a problem there because that's a country, that's a group of people. Now you can have your beliefs on that group of people. You can say they're bad. You can say that they're terrorists, right? The Palestinian state, the Palestinian people are not terrorists. It's the Hamas people. It's the Palestinians that go and join terrorist groups that are terrorists. It's not the Palestinians, right? Granted, a lot of them are probably Palestinian, okay? I'm not defending the Islamic State or any of that, okay? But the Palestinians, like when you're using terminology as anti-Palestinian, one, you're not being very smart if you're trying to communicate to everybody, right? And especially in a political spectrum, like you have to be able to communicate with everybody, right? But two, you're also making it very clear that your intent is not to block out anti-Hamas content, anti-terrorist group. Your whole goal is to block out an entire country's content. And how are they doing this, right? How do they plan on doing this? Well, obviously the geofencing, they're going to overflow people's phones with ads and content derived to this. But also, there was a separate FARA document filing a week prior to this one, the 7653, and I can get the number of this other one for you guys. Let me look in my downloads real quick. Let me see where it's at. A separate FARA document, which I'm not going to pull up the number right now. I'll do it in my video I'm going to drop this week, and I'll break it down for you guys so you guys don't even really have to look at it. But I would encourage you guys to look at the resources that I provide you. That way you guys know I'm actually giving the legitimate truth. It's a healthy thing to be doing, okay? And it's a very vague one. It's not as detailed of a document as 7653 about this specific geofencing, right? But basically what they're saying, and it's essentially along the lines of what Benjamin Netanyahu had talked about on video about them changing the algorithm. How do they intend to do that? Do they intend to do that by working with influencers, right, to post more pro-Israel content? Yes. But all right, I'm back. I don't know what just happened. I don't know what just happened. Let's see. Am I back? Can you guys hear me? Everything good? You guys good? Okay. I don't know what just happened. The stream went down, but I think we're back. All right. Okay. All right, cool. All right, looks like we're back. I apologize for that, guys. I apologize. I don't know what happened. Maybe we're being watched, right? We're getting deep into this stuff, right? They're taking me away from my train of thought. But the separate FARA document filing, right, was under another man, and I needed to go into my notes. I was doing this research 2 days ago. Haven't looked at it today, so I'm not going to do any specific deals. But basically, what this document dives into is essentially SEO, search engine optimization manipulation, right? And I read an article by the Jerusalem Times in Detroit. There was a bunch of different Jewish-based news publications that talked about this. And I'm not against the Jewish people, by the way. I'll put that out right there. I'm not anti-Semitic at all. I have Jewish friends. I'm not against the Jewish people. I'm against the state of Israel that it is currently, the people that run the government there, because I don't think they actually operate on the behalf of their people. There's a reason they were almost in a civil war before October 7th happened. because the people of Israel do not like their government. But anyways, that's anti-Semitic apparently, but it's whatever. Just lost my train of thought. So search engine optimization. And I read this article and it talked about AI-driven search engine optimization. So I'm like, wait, what does this mean? So I went to the document, right? And I'm breaking it down. I read it all the way through. I put it in ChatGPT. I'm like, hey, can you find like anywhere where it talks about AI in this, right? And there was about 8 different PDFs attached to this one number. So I broke them all down, all of them. I put them all in the ChatGPT, had it dissected, look for AI. There was nothing about AI. However, the wording is very important in these documents, right? And it talked about search engine optimization and mass producing content. So essentially, and this is not a stretch at all, essentially what their goal is with this separate FARA document, right? And it's already happening, by the way. This was filed 3 weeks ago, so this is currently happening, okay? They can't get rid of anti-Israel, pro-Palestinian content. So what they plan on doing, and what they are already doing, is they are basically going to bury any unfavorable information in the algorithm. Because how do GPUs, how do GPTs work, right? Well, if you look up something on ChatGPT, you might notice that there's a couple of different like Reddit, Google, this and that, Wikipedia pop up. It's because ChatGPT and other GPUs, they pull from all kinds of different search engines, all kinds of different websites. They pull from all kinds of different sources to accumulate the best answer possible. So essentially what Israel's goal is, what their intention is they're going to drown out any unfavorable information. So that way, when you look up something on it, for instance, ChatGPT, right? ChatGPT cannot accurately get any information opposing that of what they say. So they're basically going to make it to where it is almost like there's so much favorable information on Israel on the internet. And is it true? Probably not. No. But it's going to be impossible for these GPUs and GPTs to get through it to get to the unfavorable information. How do they do this? They use AI to mass produce content, videos, posts, comment chains, blogs, articles, right? All backing this pro-Israel stance, right? So they're going to drown out all the unfavorable information to make it to where they cannot see, that we cannot see anything anti-Israel. And I'd agree that a lot of things I say are not even anti-Israel. And a lot of it's just pro-American. A lot of my beliefs are pro-American. I could give 2 shits about Israel if they weren't so involved in fucking everything up that America has going. I think a lot of you guys probably agree with me on that. I could genuinely care less about Israel if they weren't so involved in our government and so amped to tear us apart from within, which is exactly what they're doing. It's exactly why they're targeting Christians, exactly why they're targeting 4.2 million Christians in the 4 states. And by the way, like I said, if any of you guys are from those states, Arizona, Colorado, Nevada, or California, and if you guys go to a Christian church or a Christian college, please reach out to me. Also, make aware the people that do go to those places. If you don't go to those places, make the people that aware, because this is directly affecting them. This is targeting them. And granted, I can't tell them what to believe. You cannot tell your friends, your family, what to believe, But people should know when they're being directly targeted by a foreign government trying to push a narrative that is the opposite of what we as Christians believe. We believe in Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. And I have a foreign government directly targeting my church campus. And that foreign government operates on the entire idea that Jesus Christ is not the Lord and Savior, that he was a false prophet, and all of this and all the above. Okay. It's crazy. It's actually absurd. And I'll read some more verbatim stuff from this document. I didn't get very far into the verbatim stuff. But some possible Christian celebrities. So they had a whole slideshow in there too. And they broke down a couple of celebrities they're trying to get to work with. Chris Pratt, John Voight, Tim Tebow, Stephen Curry, Clayton Kershaw, Pastor Mark Driscoll, Pastor Rick Warren. Also, when I speak of these pastors, if you guys attend mega churches, which there's nothing wrong with that. I went to a mega church in Virginia and I thought it was good, right? If you're attending mega churches, if you're attending any kind of church in general, and this is a big, big problem with the Protestant Christian community, and I'm a part of the Protestant Christian community, so I can speak on it, okay? A big, big problem within the Protestant Christian community is we are so complacent in our faith, and we put so much focus and emphasis on our pastor rather than God. We sing songs for 20 minutes, not even thinking about the words that are being said, and our pastor comes up on stage, and says maybe 4 or 5 actual verses from the Bible, and the rest of it is talking about some message, him dropping jokes, talking about his life and his family, right? And if you notice, a lot of these churches where we have these great pastors, they're great men. And like, I know some, like, great men, right? A lot of these pastors are unbelievable people, unbelievable family men, and they're lovers and the believers in God, right? Amazing, right? But if you notice, right, on Sundays when the pastor can't be there because he's traveling abroad or doing something else, the church is very empty those days. And I'm a victim of this. I've been there. I've been in the shoes where, oh, the pastor's not going to be there today. It's me, someone else. So I don't really need to go. I really need to go. But is that why I'm at church? Am I at church to see Pastor Randy? Am I there to see my pastor who's funny, who has a good stage presence, who I know, who I can like look up and he'll smile at me and wave? Who might, like, a pastor that might like say hi to me during the sermon? Is that why I'm there? No, I'm not there for that. I'm there to worship God. I'm there to learn. I'm there to be in God's presence. I'm there for God. I'm there for Jesus. And we get away from that as Protestant Christians a lot of time because the Christian faith essentially, and then like, listen, I'm not here to persuade anybody from religions, okay? But the way I try to break it down to people, right, on a very, very, very baseline, I've talked about this before, on a very baseline of things, right, to someone who doesn't know anything about God, anything about Jesus, anything about the Christian faith, one of the first things I'll tell them is, do you think you're a good person? If so, why? If not, why? And then I'll encourage them to open the Bible because I think a lot of what the Bible teaches is just essentially how to be a good person. On a very baseline and simple level, the Bible will teach someone how to be a good person. Love your neighbor, all the above. It'll teach you how to be a good person. And I think that's one of the most important things that, on like a very simple level. And granted, there's so much more to it than that. So much more. I do not want to take away from what Christianity is. There is so much more to it. But on a very, very baseline and simple level, it comes down to being a good person. And if you are to follow the ways that God and Jesus intend us to follow, you will be a good person. You'll be someone that's respected by your community. You'll be a pillar of your community. You'll raise a successful household. Your kids will be happy. They'll flourish. They'll grow up and be great people. They'll have a happy marriage, right? It's this is weird for me, guys, because you guys know me. I've never really you guys have known that I'm a believer in God throughout my channel, but I've never been one to like really speak about it a lot. Not out of fear, but just like I didn't want to seem like I was pushing anything on you guys. And I still don't want to. Okay. But I have faith in something just like you have faith in something. And maybe the thing you have faith in is the same thing I have faith in, right? But I am making it a goal and an emphasis for myself to become more unapologetic for what I believe in. And I want to stand for what I believe in and what I love. And I'm going to stand on that. And that's an important thing to me now. That's one of my like main focuses and goals with this platform now. And if that makes me not succeed, if that makes me get kicked off YouTube, so be it. That's just how it's going to be. Yeah. Been yapping my mouth a lot, guys. I do apologize. I hope it's been good stuff, though. And like I said, the FARA document, if you guys want to go look at that one that I talked about, look up FARA document search. A Department of Justice extension will pop up. Click on it. And then on the registrant number, you'll just select, you'll put in 7653 and you'll be able to find it. It pops up. It's fucking crazy. What kind of questions we got, go? Let's get you guys. You think this will spread across America in the general besides the Senator sites? Absolutely. 7S. Absolutely. And that's one of the big reasons I'm trying to get it out there. And I honestly it's already spread across the country. If we're being logical, right? But like on the official documentation, I haven't found anything yet that shows that. However, in the document itself, it does say they're trying to expand to Idaho, Texas, and I believe Utah, Idaho, and then Texas. Those are the 3 states that are requesting to increase their budget and expand their services too. So, yeah, Joel Osteen. Yeah. Well, a great example of a mega church pastor. Liam, hey Pops, what's up? What's up, Pops? Guys, sorry guys. Vocal cords are getting destroyed. But yeah, so in the future, guys, these streams are going to consist of more of a derived focus. That's not going to be me just kind of getting on here. It's going to be me either mid-research sesh diving into the research I'm doing for a project, or it's going to be me with a derived focus. So we'll have a topic that I'm going to break down and discuss, or a point of emphasis. So if something happens in the world, like for instance, this weekend, there's a No Kings protest going on nationwide, which I'll look this up right now. I was going to dive into it tomorrow to prep. But let me do that right now. If you guys have any information on that, let me know. Let's see. No Kings protest this weekend. There's apparently a really big No Kings protest this weekend. And if you guys have not seen my last video, definitely check it out. It was a really good one. It's from this summer. But definitely going to be attending those here in the Illinois area. Probably up by Chicago, I would assume. So I'm going to get up there, document it, and kind of like similar to how I did last time. So I'm looking forward to that. And I have a feeling it's going to be pretty crazy. I do a lot of thinking throughout the day. And a lot of it's like in my head. It's sometimes hard for me to verbally get out what I want to say when it comes to these kind of things. And that's something I'm going to have to work on, especially with my platform. And that's why like these streams are going to be a process for me, because like there's a lot of things I want to get across to you guys and tell you guys and talk to you guys about and educate you on. However, I need to be able to articulate it in a better way for you guys to understand, which is why my project videos that I'll be doing are great, because I'll be able to like make the entire focus that, and it'll be very point driven, very straightforward. We'll have displays on the screen of what's going on, all that. But those take, up to a week to get out, a little bit longer. These live streams are very quick. So don't be surprised if you see guys more of these. So No Kings is a protest of what? So, okay, let me break down the No Kings protest. And I can do this because I went to it, okay? It's a very, very dumb protest. And listen, a protest is a protest. You have the right to protest, okay? And let me just make it very clear. I'll put my opinion out there. I think never thought I'd be saying this so early on, but I think that the liberal part, I think the Democrats, more specifically the liberals, are a group of people that are just not very smart. I think that they use big words a lot of times. I think they've used this mask of like, oh, we're in college, we're educated, to make it seem like they're the smart group, but they're really not. A lot of what they talk about is just not logical. And I think that most of us can agree with that. If you've ever tried to talk to a liberal, it's usually a very emotional argument. And right now, granted, I'm categorizing the entire group, right, from experiences I've had and experience I've seen. So that is, I shouldn't be doing that. However, I'm going to do that, okay? And you guys can do it back if you want. Go for it, all right? Then we can debate it out, all right? But usually when you have a conversation with a liberal, it's a very emotional-based conversation. I think that a majority of liberals, and sorry if this offends you, I'm sorry, but I think a majority of liberals hop behind retarded causes because they lack a sense of purpose in their life. I think if a lot of people that are liberals had more going on in their life, or would not focus on mainstream media, i.e. CNN or MSNBC or ABC News, so heavily and develop an opinion of their own, that they would be a lot better off. Before I move on, let me also tell you that I think Republicans are guilty of the exact same thing. Matter of fact, I don't even consider myself a Republican anymore. I call myself a conservative. I do not consider myself a Republican anymore. Granted, I voted for Donald Trump this last election. I voted knowing that my vote really meant nothing and that nothing was really going to change. I still voted, though, because I think Biden was a horrible president. I think Kamala was an even worse president. I don't think it's a crazy thing to say. It's not a political thing to say to me. I just think, Biden was not pulling the strings at all. And if I'm going to vote for someone, even though I know the person I vote for is never going to be the one pulling the strings, I want to make sure there's a little bit of a chance maybe they are, right? And I felt like with Trump, there's a small little chance that he might be the one pulling the strings. Turns out he's not, okay? We know. I know. Liberals, I fucking get it. He's not, okay? I knew that before, though. The thing was, Biden wasn't pulling the strings for 4 years, and it was clear as fuck, and you guys still didn't say shit about it, all right? You guys didn't talk about the Epstein files until Trump got in office. I've been talking about the Epstein files since 2020, since 2019, okay? There's a difference, okay? And for any of my Republicans that are in this chat, they're now on the side of like, oh, we don't need to release the Epstein files. Shut up. You're wrong. You're just as wrong as the liberals who neglected the Epstein files for the last 4 years because their party was in office. You're just as much in the wrong as they are. The Epstein files are not a political issue. It is a corruption issue. It is an evil issue. No matter who's in the files, it is billionaires trafficking and using underage females and sexually exploiting them, harassing them, abusing them. That is a major problem. And that is not a Democrat and Republican thing. If that is a Democrat and Republican thing, then we are fucked. And I would say that the media has kind of made it a Democrat-Republican thing, and we are now fucked, okay? That should never be a political issue. However, it has been. And if that's not a great example of how fucked shit is right now, I don't know what is. Sorry, I just had to read some of this. I'm getting a little crazy. Yeah. I mean, like, listen, my stance on Trump is very weird right now, right? When I look at Trump, and this is me being skeptical. This is like my personal opinion. There's no necessarily like any focus. There's never no specific research I've done on exactly this yet. When I see Trump and I watch his address that he made in Israel yesterday, it was an hour-long address. I watched the whole thing. And when I see him up there with no American flags behind him, even though when Netanyahu came to DC, there was always Israeli flags behind him. But when I see Trump, our president of the United States, the leader of the free world, go to the Israeli Knesset, I believe that's what their Congress is called, and speak in front of their entire government, and there's not one American flag in that room out of respect for the leader of the free world being in the room, the man who just apparently got them out of this war, speaking. One, he refuses to mention Jesus' name when thanking God, even though he ran his campaign on being a non-denominational Christian. And then he compliments Benjamin Netanyahu officially 11 different times, but if you watch it, it's more like 15. At the end of his speech, calls for a pardon, asks the president of Israel to pardon Prime Minister Netanyahu. I watch it and I just have granted, listen, guys, I have my opinions on the subject, right? But I watched that and it just felt evil to me. It felt not real. It felt dystopian, right? And we can say that about a lot of things. It's perception, right? Perception's up to what we know, what we see, right? We all see things differently. I encourage you guys to go watch the address from yesterday. I'm never going to be one to tell you guys not to do your research and not to watch something just because I don't like it. And just because I think that it was a massive propaganda tool and a massive psyop. I encourage you guys to go watch it and make your own opinions. That's the American in me. That's free speech. We should have our own, but me and you do not have to agree on everything. I want us to formulate our own opinions, but that's the thing. I want us to formulate our own opinions. The problem in America right now, and the problem with our system, is people will go around and say, I have my opinion, but the problem is it's not actually their opinion. Their opinion is what Fox News puts on the TV that day on the headliner. Their opinion is what CNN puts on their TV on the headliner that day. Their opinion is the article that CNN just dropped. Their opinion is the article that Fox News just dropped. Their opinion is what Trump just said when talking about Israel. Their opinion is what this Democratic leader said when talking about Israel. People don't do research. And granted, we have a busy life, right? I'm unemployed right now, so I can do the research, okay? So I get it. Not everyone can do that all the time. But a lot of stuff is very simple to look up. And if you're going to formulate an opinion based on what someone else tells you, at least don't try to hold on to that opinion and be derogatory about it, okay? That's the problem we have in America right now. Hudson, good night, Isaac. Got to wake up early tomorrow. Good job. Hell yeah, buddy. Yeah, proudly talked about his daughter being converted from. By the way, let me clarify that just a little bit. Like I said, I want honesty on this, right? Ivanka Trump moved away from Christianity in 2009. She married, I forget his name, some other rich guy. He's a Jewish man. They converted, right? So she's been Jewish for quite a while. I believe she converted fully to Judaism in 2012 or 2014. So she's been a Jew for a while. She didn't just do it. But yeah, I mean, essentially what you said. Jared Kushner, yes. But where was I? The Democrat Republican thing, right? The Epstein files, like, there's no reason that it should be a left and right thing. And like I said, we need to formulate our own opinions. And in my opinion, in my humble and very serious opinion, the Epstein files shouldn't need an opinion. The Epstein files should be out there, and they're not. And it's clear why they're not. It's clear there's people in our government that are in those files that abused underage women, abused children, sexually abused children, and covered it up. And honestly, like, my little conspiracy, right, and I need to do some more diving into this, but I believe that probably what's going on right now is I would assume that over the last 4 years, a lot of evidence was destroyed. And there's probably like very minimal names left in that list. And I would assume one of the names is Donald Trump. So I'm not defending Donald Trump and him not releasing his files. He should absolutely release his files. And if his name's in those files, it's a massive fucking problem. However, I would not be surprised if a lot of evidence has been destroyed. That would not be surprising at all. I mean, if you look at it, right, the files are held by the CIA, the FBI, the same guys that are covering it up. Like, it's not crazy to think they would destroy evidence, you know? But yeah. Don't know where I was going with that. It's a problem. I need a script, guys. I need a script. But yeah. I saw someone say something about gang wars. What are your thoughts on Chicago gangs declaring war on ICE? T-Dog, I got to dive into that more, like that specific claim on declaring war on ICE. I haven't seen too much. I mean, I know that ICE is getting like in a lot of altercations. Now, granted, my stance on immigration, I'm gonna be an open book, guys. I'm gonna be open book. And if there's ever a point where you guys don't agree with me on something, you guys can tell me. That's fine. I'm not gonna change my views for you unless you bring up some like really good reasons why. However, I'm all for having a good, productive conversation. That's what we as Americans need, right? But with the whole ICE thing, illegal immigration is a massive problem. It's been a massive problem, and it's a way for the left to essentially delegitimize our voting system and stuff like that. Basically corrupt America. Illegal immigration is not good. Okay. I will never support it. I'll support immigration, legal immigration, and anyone that argues that, like, and I see a lot of these liberals that will try to take the sympathetic approach, like, oh, like, why are you so against illegal immigration? Because it's fucking illegal, and I'm paying taxes, and they're getting the same. Matter of fact, the taxes I pay are going to their paycheck. Why do I not support legal immigration? Because it's fucking illegal. You can come into this country, but do it the right way. The whole melting pot thing too. Yes, we are a melting pot of a lot of different cultures. That didn't happen until later on. Granted, we came from England, but we settled America ourselves. We fended it off from other people for a long time. But the people that like the whole ICE thing, when it comes to ICE, and I want to get on the ground. I almost went to the ICE. There was an ICE protest up in Chicago this past weekend. Almost went to it, didn't though, because I didn't feel like getting shot with fucking rubber bullets. But I'll probably go to another one next time they have one. But my opinion on ICE, I think that, and this has been my problem with the Trump administration for a while. I think that the Trump administration, especially in 2016 and 2020, did a lot of good things. I think they have a lot of good ideas. However, I just don't think they carry them out right. Because, like, listen, like, when you're a leader, right, and this is part of being a leader, you have to be able to speak to all groups, whether you agree with them or not. As a leader, you have to, right? And I think that I think the Republican Party has gotten completely away from that. They've completely ditched the idea of trying to speak to the masses, which, granted, I understand to a degree, right? Because it's not like the Democrats ever tried to talk to the masses either, okay? Guys, like, I'm not a liberal. I'm also not a fucking Republican anymore. All right. I'm a conservative that's on the right side, but I'm not radical. Okay. But my opinion on the whole ICE thing, I think that the way that ICE has carried themselves on social media, and I think the way that the liberal media is displaying them is devaluing them a lot. I've seen videos, right, of ICE people dragging people away in a violent manner. A lot of the times it seems unnecessary. And I'm saying this cautiously because I'm not there. And like I said, I don't trust anything the media shows me. Because if you guys watch my video I posted on Instagram today, I made it very clear that it's very easy that media can sway your perception on things to whatever they want them to be. So that's something I'm not going to have like a very strong opinion on that, because I want to get on the ground and I want to like really be there and understand what's going on. But I think that the way that ICE has been portrayed, specifically from the right and from the Republican Party, could be a little bit better. I think that they should take a little bit less of a provocative stance especially when it comes to public opinion. Granted, even if they do that, the liberal media is still going to make them provocative. But yeah. And by the way, call sign Mallard, I'm radical when it comes to the Second Amendment. That's really the only thing I'll go stream on. Hey, brother, I fucking agree. Round of applause. Round of fucking applause. Hey, everyone in this chat should be radical over the Second Amendment. Everyone in this chat should be radical over the Second Amendment, okay? And let me tell you why. Because the liberals will try to take away your Second Amendment, saying that people shoot up schools, all this. Guns are bad, they kill people. No, they fucking don't. They don't. If I have a knife right here, let's say this is a knife. This knife's not going to get up at night, come stab me in the heart. But what can happen is I can pick up the knife and I can kill someone with a knife. It's me. It's common sense. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Now guns can be used as a tool, right? But so can a knife. So can a hammer. So can a fucking pen if you try hard enough. Okay? And if you look at Europe, you look at England, for example, they don't have guns. But I feel like every single day I'm seeing a post on some kind of knife attack. 2 people dead, 6 injured from a knife attack. 3 people dead, 2 injured from a knife attack. 1 person dead, 8 injured from a knife attack. I don't know exact numbers, but I know it's a fucking lot, okay? Evil people are going to do evil things no matter what you do, okay? But that's not what the Second Amendment is for. The Second Amendment is there for us as the American people to be able to bear arms against a tyrannical government if we need to. And this is where it gets scary in our country, right? Because that's so crazy. Like, why would our founding fathers put that in the government? Well, that's because that's exactly what they had to fucking do. Because they bared arms against a tyrannical government. That's exactly what they did. That's what our country was founded on. If it was not for that, America would not be America. And the problem is we're getting away from that. Guns are being taken away. Our rights are being stripped from us. And you can argue that we already live in a tyrannical government. I would argue we do. If we're pretty fucking damn close to the definition of a tyrannical government already. And once they introduce this social credit score stuff, it's over. It's over, guys. Tyrannical government at that point, and I'm saying right now, once they introduce a social credit score, we as a people, we have to rise up. We have to. It's terrifying. It's terrifying, and I hate that. Because I love America. I fucking love America. Like, I'm a very patriotic man. Like, anyone talks shit about America, fuck you. Like I said earlier, right? Like, I talk a lot about Israel and what's going on out there. It's not because I really give a fuck about Israel. It's just because I'm pro-American as fuck and I see what they're doing to our country. That's why it bothers me. Because I see how great our country is. And when you look at places like England right now, where 30 people a day are being arrested because they're making social media posts People are being arrested because they like posts on Instagram. People are being investigated because they viewed posts on social media that were against the government. That's a problem. And England is apparently not a tyrannical country in the eyes of the United States. But if you look at it, England does a lot of things like right before we do. Okay. And it's terrifying. It's terrifying. Call sign Mallard, to quote a video from Dirty Civilian, go to the gym, go to the range, read your Bible. I love that. I love that. Yes, Landon. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Fuck. Let me text Landon real quick. Let me make sure brother's still awake. Landon might be in this right now, actually. He might. We'll get Landon in here. I wanted to bring Landon in because he's in college right now. And I wanted to talk about college because I'm in college too. And if you guys know anything, college is not mean. College does not mean you're smart. College does not mean you're smart. I'm still waiting on bad dating for you right now. What's up? You good to call? We're doing this shit live, people, behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. If you guys didn't see, by the way, earlier, my major is business right now, just because bullshit degree. It's easy. Call me when you're ready. Okay. Yeah, so I guess I'll describe how college is going. So college is it's easy. I got 3 online classes, 1 in-person class. I got a math class. It's in person. Super easy. It's not hard at all. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all there is to it. I mean, I'm getting it for free. I'm getting paid to go to college. The only reason I'm even doing college is because I'm getting paid for it. I'm getting paid on top of obviously having free college. It's like one of the best benefits the military gives you. But yeah, I'm doing business. And if I really start to like school and want to like actually go through with like the full degree and everything, I'll probably switch to film. But I'm just attending a community college right now. I'm actually going to be transfer my credits to a school in Texas for the next semester in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'm looking at a couple schools, TCU, some others. But I want to go to a Christian college out there in Texas, and then I'll just live out there, work out there, make content out there. I'll make a lot of money when I'm out there too, which is fun. And I just love Texas. I went there once to see Jay, obviously a couple weeks ago, and I fell in love with the state. And also, it's a lot easier to get a gun there. So I want to be able to go there and get guns a lot easier. You can't even buy an AR. You can't even buy an AR in the state of Illinois right now because Pritzker's dumbass. What college? I'm at JJC. Would you say college is the way to go after serving? Absolutely, 100%. So, I mean, because like, especially if you don't have a plan, at least with college, you're getting paid. You know, and it's very easy. Like you can do 1 in-person class, and then you can do all online. And like, I'm not gonna say anything, but online is very easy. If you know, and if you guys are in school, you probably know why. But it's a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke how easy it is. In my first semester of college, but I'm thinking about dropping out for the Marines. Y'all think the GI Bill would cover my loan I already got? I don't think it does, but it will once you get back into college. So I don't know how that works. I'm not the one to talk about that. I'm at JJC, by the way, Juliet Junior College. You working right now aside from YouTube? So I'm helping. I've been helping a good friend of mine, Jake Carr, with his photography company a lot lately. With doing behind the scenes footage for him. I actually opened up my own business. I opened up my own LLC, IT Media Group. I was going to be shooting behind the scenes content for companies and businesses, but I haven't really done a lot of that recently just because, like, I'll be honest, I'm very picky when it comes to, like, I look at what I do as art and I'm very, very picky with it. And if I'm going to do it, sorry, the slide is blinding me. If I'm going to make videos, I like to make videos the way I want to make them. And I don't want to make videos for other people for behind the scenes stuff. Like, granted, it's a great money maker. And when I go to Texas, I'll probably do a lot of that to make money early on, especially on the side. But I love doing projects that actually have like a meaning behind them. And I think stuff that like what I'm going to be working on has a lot of meaning behind it. I hope anyways, I hope. 12 credit hours is full-time BH, 1 in person, 3 online. Yep. That is what I started this week. So I didn't have that the last half the semester, but I do now. So I actually started that this week. Hey, Isaac, I like your videos. I'd like to ask, have you ever heard of UNHB? It's a Christian college near me in Texas. Also, yeah, Texas is the best. I have not heard of that one. I'll look that up though. Is that in what area of Texas is that in? Would you be down to shoot music videos for bands? If so, I might have some work for you in Alabama soon. You do. Shoot me a DM. Shoot me a DM. I'd be more willing to shoot videos for companies and clients if I was able to travel for it. Do you have any idea of what you're going to do after college? Anderson McKenzie, this right here. Everything I do in my life is to support my passion, which is making videos and trying to change the world through them. So I have no plan B. What else? When is the J video dropping? So guys, I know the J video has been on the, it's been floating there. It's like halfway done too. I just haven't posted it, guys. I'm really sorry. Really good one though. It's a lot of fun. I'll get it out eventually. Don't worry. Wow, my throat hurts. It's been talking a lot. Do you guys have any questions over anything I talked about earlier? Any statements you want to make? I guess I should take Instagram if you guys have been DMing me. Let's check. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Looks like Liam Finn. Liam Finn posted. Hey, shout out to Liam Finn. Liam, if you're still in here, shout out to Liam's dad. Hell yeah. Made it on the story. Let's go. Shout out to Liam. Appreciate it, brother. Do I got any active dudes in here? My guy, are you sober? Kate Crusher, yes, I'm sober. Why do you think I'm drunk? I don't know if it'd be a good idea for me to be drinking on stream, but I'm going to do it one of these days. Maybe this weekend I'll do a drinking stream. A couple brews, a couple Sam Adams Oktoberfest. And chill glass. That sounds pretty good, huh? Yeah. You ever been to Maryland? Like Maryland? MD Maryland? Because yes, I have been. I've been to Annapolis, Baltimore. When me and Jay skydived, we were in Maryland. We were like north of Baltimore somewhere. Drove through it all the time. Obviously, was in DC all the time. Liam Finn, are you going to vote? No, I'm not. I'm not going to vote. I'm done voting, buddy. I know it's one of my American rights, but when I see how our votes matter, it's just hard for me to ever want to go do that again. I'll just focus on me and I'll focus on building my platform. Skydiving in Maryland. Yep. Belton, Texas. Okay. Get absolutely hammered on stream. Decent state, but the politics are trash and it's really expensive. Yeah, honestly, I don't have anything bad to say about Maryland besides the drivers, but that can also go for Virginia as well. The drivers in Virginia are god awful as well. But Maryland, I thought Baltimore was a shithole. I thought Annapolis was beautiful. And I think like upstate Maryland, up by the mountains, is absolutely gorgeous. Whenever I drive on when I'm heading to the Ohio Turnpike, absolutely gorgeous up there. But I don't have a lot of things bad to say about Maryland. Did you do anything on Patreon? So yeah, Patreon, I did a lot of stuff way like a year and a half ago. Like when I first started doing the YouTube thing again, when I first got to Virginia, I was hitting the Patreon hard. But it just got to where it was too much. I was doing the Patreon, I was doing the YouTube, I was also working on a merch drop. It was just like too much stuff for me to handle at once. And so I kind of dropped the Patreon. Yeah, Liam. And by the way, when I say that I'm not voting in this next election or these upcoming elections, like I'm not saying you guys don't have to vote. I think voting is a very important thing. I just don't care to vote anymore because I don't see anyone that is worth voting for. That's just me. That's just me, guys. That's just me. You should go to Montana as a Texan. That is one of my favorite other states. Dude, you know what's crazy? I was thinking about that the other day. I want to go to like Montana and Wyoming so bad. I've never been up to that part of America. I've been like every other part of America except for that. Well, actually that in the Northeast, like Maine and stuff like that. I want to go up there really bad. Those are the two places I haven't been in the United States. I want to go really bad. You like any politicians who aren't aligned to? If I'm being honest with you, do I like any politicians right now? I have a weird stance on this, and I almost won't allow myself to align with a politician just because I don't know them. Like, why would I align with a stranger that talks over a camera, right? Like I'm not like, and I'm essentially saying you guys should not align with me, right? And I'm not telling you guys to, but like I could very easily hop on a stream for 2 hours and lie my ass off to you guys, hop off that stream and do the complete opposite of what I told you guys. You know, I could hop on a podcast and make it sound like I'm the best dude in the world and say I'm going to do this, this, and this. And I could get off that podcast and never think a damn thing about any of you guys, never do any of that. I'm not saying it's the kind of person I am. I actually pride myself on being the man that I say I am and living up to, being just a good moral man. But like, that's just the way I look at other politicians. That's why I don't really listen to what other politicians have to say. I'll listen to what they say in congressional meetings and in interviews to try to understand their policies and stuff like that. Like I said, I listened to Trump's address in Israel from yesterday, not because I'm like, oh, I love Trump. I can't wait to see what he said. What a great guy. What a great guy. No, I listened to it because I wanted to hear what he was saying about Israel, because I saw some posts on Instagram and I saw some things on social media. Oh, Trump said this, Trump said that. I'm like, you know what? I can believe what they say, or I can go watch it, the hour-long, second for second, and I can make my own opinion, which is what we all should be doing. We should all be making our own opinions, okay? You should definitely look into creating a server on Discord or something like that. Jay, I did have a server on Discord a long time ago, and it was great. It was awesome, and I really should do that again. You should come to Nebraska, Omaha area. It'd be awesome. New England, oh, fuck yeah, I want to get up there so bad. I'm waiting on you to sign for president so I can vote for you all day. 2036, youngest president in American history. We're going to change America if I don't get assassinated before then. I'll see you later. I was going to go game with the buddies. Hey, Liam. Hey, round of applause everybody for Liam. Just a really great dude right there. He posts all kinds of stuff on his stream about us. I appreciate Liam. Loyal supporter right there. Hope keep this live stream up. Just got here. Hey, we're going to be on for another 20 minutes. Don't worry. Oh, shoot. Landon's probably calling me. I'm on Do Not Disturb. Oops. Maybe not. Sorry. Being quiet for a second, guys. Being quiet. You play any Battlefield 6? I don't play any video games, dude, but my brother plays it. I've seen some clips. It looks hilarious, but awesome. But JD Vance was a Marine. Oh, JD Vance. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I didn't want to talk about JD Vance yet. Didn't want to talk about him. But I'll talk about him a little bit. Okay, listen, I'm not gonna dive into fully my thoughts on JD Vance. I want to do it in a more articulated way. And to be honest, I haven't done a lot of my own personal research on this, so this is why I'm cautious in saying this. But using the same principle I stated earlier, JD Vance, yes, he was a Marine. He was a Pogue. Yes, he was a Marine. Yes, he's done this, this, and this. Do I know him as a person? I've been around him. I have been within a couple feet of him. I've heard him talk. He's talked directly. Did he seem like a good dude? He seemed like it, but I don't know him. So I'm never going to judge his character. However, his upbringing is really, really sketchy in the sense that he has been essentially raised and paid off and funded by some really sketchy people that I do not like. Names like Peter Thiel, the owner of Palantir, who is currently creating essentially a separate god with AI. If you guys are not tracking on what I'm talking about right now, I just encourage you guys to look up Palantir's super AI and make your own opinions on it, because in my opinion, I think it's pretty scary, and I think it's going to bring great despair to our world. And that man, who also hosted 3 private lectures on the Antichrist, which is weird in my opinion, is very close to JD Vance. And there's some sketchy things about JD Vance, and I didn't know this until just recently, but there's definitely some sketchy things with JD Vance. And all I'm saying here, guys, is like, I'm not trying to tell you guys to not fuck with. I'm not telling you guys to not like JD Vance. Okay, I know we have like a Marine platform and all that, right? I'm asking you guys to go make your own opinions. I'm asking you guys to actually do research on him. I'm asking you guys to go realize that his real name is not actually JD Vance, that he changed it multiple times. I'm asking you guys to go and make an opinion for yourself. Don't listen to what Fox, Trump, CNN, or even Instagram tells you. Go make your own opinion. Please go make your own opinion. And I think that if a lot of us went and made our own opinions, and I think a lot of us logical human beings, which I think a lot of us in here, I think most of us are logical in here. If us as logical human beings with good morals and as good people were to make our own opinions, I think a lot of us would agree on a majority of things. Because it's really not too complex when it comes to being a good person. You don't start wars. You don't kill other people. And you're a good person. You're usually liked by a lot of people. So it's pretty fucking simple. But the problem is these people are getting paid by Jewish billionaires, not just Jewish billionaires. A lot of them happen to be Jewish, right? That's okay. Billionaires, okay? And now, granted, let's be humans here. I'm sitting here doing a live stream. Some dude pulls up on my garage and says, "I got $10 million for you if you start saying like Israel is like the good people," or "I have $10 million for you if you start saying like, hey, like this platform is better than YouTube." You know, for like a part of me is gonna be like, "Whoa, $10 million? Some good money." You know, like that's a human in us. We're gonna be like, "Oh." I promise you guys I'm not going to do that, though. Okay? And now, granted, you guys don't have to believe me. I will die before they buy me out. And what I mean by that is if they ever do try to buy me out, honestly, God willing, if they ever do try to buy me out, I'll probably die before I can even tell you guys, because I'll probably turn it down and then they'll realize that I'm going to tell you guys because I'm not going to be silent about it and they'll probably kill me. So I guess the world may never know. Do you abide with any religions, or are you neutral with all of that stuff? I am a unapologetic Christian. Kate Kresha. I believe Jesus Christ is our Lord and Savior. Live off the Bible and you can do good. Absolutely. Anderson McKenzie, definitely look into it. There's some weird stuff with JD. And like I said, make your own opinion. Make your own opinion. And granted, like the whole JD tries to make it seem like he was this badass Marine. Like he really doesn't try to make it seem like he was a badass Marine. Like I think he knows that. He knows he was a pogue, right? Also, when he went, so like the famous him shooting on the range, shooting the artillery, shooting the sniper rifles and stuff, wearing the kit. I was there for that. I got a picture with him. I was there with that. I was there for that. That was my range. He was there. It wasn't as high speed as people think it was. Everything was zeroed for him. All the shots that he took were very fucking easy. He basically sat down with a sniper. By the way, he took forever to fucking shoot it, right? And you pull the trigger and you hit steel. He's shooting I'm pretty sure he was shooting this, either the SAS or the Barrett 50 cal. And if those things are zeroed good, you aim point on from 300 meters, you're going to hit. It's not hard, okay? Absolutely, Jay. Absolutely, Jay. But yeah, that day was not as high speed. He actually skipped the pistol station because he was in such a hurry. And then, he talked for a little bit. The whole artillery thing, you literally pull a string and it fucking shoots. But it was cool seeing the Secret Service. Like, they pulled up fast and everything. But yeah, I was at Marine Corps. I was at Weapons Training Battalion. So Marine Corps was at Weapons Training Battalion, which is on Quantico. But yeah, yep. Christ is King. Yep. So, like I said, make your own opinion on JD. That's up to you guys. That is not my opinion to make a opinion on JD. I'm going to put out information on JD one of these days, though, when I conduct my thorough investigation, and then I'll let you guys make your own opinions off of that. Do you duck hunt in Illinois or anything like that? I don't. I'm planning on doing a little bit of that this year, though. So I haven't done that yet. I know, right? Midwesterner not having duck hunt in Illinois. Don't worry, I'm going to do it this year. Any advice you'd have for me? I'm 13, and it's a and it's a goal to be a Marine one day. Dude, Noah, you have a long way to go, buddy, but I love that you're already thinking about that. And dude, that mindset alone of you knowing you want to do something and you want to push yourself to do something very challenging is going to take you so far. And just maintain that. Whether it's the Marine Corps, whether your mind changes, just always maintain that mindset of wanting to do something challenging and to push yourself. What exactly is the Palantir company? What is it they want to do? So they're a government contracting company, like with a bunch of like security stuff and defense stuff. But basically they're trying to create this super AI that will essentially, and I'm going to do some more diving into this. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. My verbiage might be a little bit off. They're essentially trying to collect a massive amount of intelligence through all the different social medias, all of our personal information, all the different AI data systems, and create this super brain that can essentially predict crime before it happens, right? So they'll essentially create this thing called a social credit score, right? Where we as humans will have a rating like, oh, Tony is more likely to commit a crime, so we're going to keep an eye and keep tabs on him. Isaac is very likely, according to our AI system, to commit a crime. So we're going to survey him and keep tabs on him, and we might even arrest him and question him, right? Now, granted, my verbiage might be a little bit off there, okay? But it's essentially what they're trying to do. They're creating an AI system where they're going to combine every bit of data, information from websites, our personal information, the data of us as humans, our medical, our iPhone fitness stuff, all together, and basically create a second consciousness or a subconsciousness of like I said, my verbiage is off, but it's terrifying. Okay, I encourage you to look into it. I'll speak more on it once I get my stuff down pat and I can speak on it on a video format and then a live stream format. And we'll have a really good conversation about it because it's terrifying and it's not good at all. And by the way, Peter Thiel, the guy who is creating it, is a warmonger. He loves this stuff. He also, like I said, just hosted a 3-part in-person seminar, which was cut off to the public, on the Antichrist. And if you know anything about the Antichrist, if you read Revelations, a lot of what AI is, it aligns a lot with Revelations in the end times and the Antichrist coming down. So I encourage you guys to look into that. And like I said, I will help you guys with that. I will put information out there on the silver platter for you guys to dissect on your own in the future. But it's crazy. What's your opinion on Illinois politics? Oh, dude, Illinois politics are horrible. The problem is Chicago has such a big population, and the Democrats target these impoverished communities, these vulnerable communities with a poor education system, and get them to vote for them every single time. And that's why we have Democrats. I'm not saying the Republicans would help it much, but the problem is you have a small part of the state that wants things one way, but then the rest of the state doesn't want them that way. And that's why a lot of us not in Chicago struggle. And that's why Chicago still struggles, because they always vote in the same people. Like Governor Pritzker is the worst governor of the United States of America, in my opinion. He's right there with Newsom. Okay, I'm just reading so much, you guys. 5 years. Do you think it'd be worth it for me to go reserves? You were in the Corps for 5 years. Do you think it'd be worth it for me to reserves or move to 03 or after being out for 5 years? Trying to figure. Honestly, Cody, I would do the firefighter thing. It seems like you want some action. You want some things in your life. I mean, you're gonna get a lot more action being a firefighter. And I mean, the way I look at it, right, is like, if personally, I will never join the military again. I'll never work for the government again. I also just hate it so much. Well, T-Dog, how is this not a legal element? Peter Thiel is Jewish. Well, the problem is a lot of the people in our government operate under foreign principles a lot. And if you start diving into the Foreign Agents Registration Act and you start looking at other documents, there's a lot of people that lobby our government that are directly working for another government on U.S. soil, which I'll get into that in my next project that's going to be coming out this week. People that directly contribute to the Trump campaign are acting as foreign agents under Israel on U.S. soil. Houston, if you over here, I'd love to meet up and get a beer. Main Kazik, I'm also in college right now. Just got done with the CC, transferred to a school in Houston. If you're over here, I'd love to meet up and get a beer. Dude, I'd love that. I'd love to. I'd love to meet up with you guys. If you guys are ever in the area, want to grab a beer, dude, I'd love to meet up with you guys. halfway into 20. God bless. Much motivation. Such a cool journey to see you grow and progress through the years. Appreciate it, guys. I appreciate the love always, guys. Matt, why are you going to be on a watch list? Oh, yeah. Oh, you think you're going to get the social credit score? Okay, Jesus coming soon. Does the rapture scare you, Isaac, or have you heard of that? The rapture does not scare me, no. It's easier for me to say that in the moment, right? I wouldn't say I fear death. And if the day ever came where I had to denounce Jesus to stay alive, I would not do it. I would die. I mean, is that not all the proof you need? If someone is going to kill you for believing in something, that's about all the information you need to understand that it is 100% a real thing. We were so close to enlisting earlier this year, and honestly, so glad I didn't with all this shit happening in the world right now. Vinny, honestly, same. For instance, when the Israel-Palestine conflict kicked off on October 7th, 2023, I was on deployment. We were actually in Okinawa, and I remember seeing that. We were on the tail end of deployment. I remember seeing that happen, and I was like, something doesn't sit right with me. And like from the start, and I didn't know anything about Israel or Palestine at the time. Like I didn't even know how like the countries were like organized. Like I thought Israel was like bigger than it was. I'd never heard of Palestine. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. And like right away, like this was like the first time I realized like totally that like, holy shit, like the media immediately makes it a left and right thing. Like immediately the media was like, oh, if you're right, you need to support Israel. And if you're left, you need to support Palestine. Right. But I remember like sitting there and I was like, and this is when I was like a diehard Republican. And I was sitting there and I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Why this would be a political issue? Like, why would this be a political issue? And now, 2 years later, it's like even more clear that it never should have been a political issue. But I remember seeing that when I was on deployment, and I was like our fucking government does not care about us. And it's easier for me to say now that I'm out. But if I ever had to go fight a war over there again, and by the way, if you and like whenever, so I'll speak on GWAT a lot in past wars in the future. And when I do that, it's never me speaking disrespectfully about the men that served, the guys that came before us, right? Because I met a lot of guys that served in GWAT. A lot of my buddies were in Kabul when the explosion happened. That was a lot of my seniors were in Kabul when the explosion happened. Like those guys are heroes. Like the guys that served in Iraq and Afghanistan, those guys are heroes. Like they went out there, they had a job, and they did it. And it wasn't their fault that things happened the way it was. It was our government, right? But like the guys that went and served, like heroes, incredible men, honorable. So I just want to make it very clear for like the 37 people that are on right now, I'm going to speak on GWAT. I'm going to speak on things like that in the future. And I'm going to have a very negative point of view on it. Not because of what the Marines and the soldiers and the Navy and the airmen that came before me did, because they served nobly. They did their job. They did more than I could have ever done. They're more of a man. They're more of a Marine. They're more of an American soldier. They're more of an American than I could ever hope to be. Like they sacrificed everything, the ultimate sacrifice. Lost friends. They lost their own lives. They lost limbs. They lost parts of their mind they'll never be able to get back. Like those are heroes. So when I'm critical of GWAT, it's not that I'm critical of the people that served before me. It's that I'm critical of the government that was putting them there in the first place. And if you look at we can go all the way back to, the 40s, we can go back to the 60s, we can go back to the Cold War, we can go back to the 90s, right? 9/11, big one right there. And by the way, I encourage you guys, if you guys don't know who Tucker Carlson is, he has a great series on 9/11 right now. I encourage you guys to go watch his 9/11 files. It's great. There's 4 episodes out right now. He has it on Spotify, on the podcast. He also has it on YouTube. Encourage you to watch the YouTube version. It's really good. Let me watch an episode before you go to bed tonight. It's incredible. But our government knew, or the CIA, FBI knew there was Al-Qaeda members going back and forth from in and out of the United States prior to 9/11. They knew they were trained to hijack planes. They knew of it. Foreign intelligence, i.e. the Saudis, Israelis, they knew that Al-Qaeda was planning an attack on the World Trade Centers, but nothing was ever done. Why? Why, you may ask? Why would our government not do anything about it? You guys ever heard of a false flag event? because if you haven't, you might want to get familiar with them because they've happened a lot and they're going to happen a lot more. They actually happened pretty recently. The whole October 7th thing, granted, Hamas did attack Israel. Those terrorists carried out a ruthless attack, but you cannot tell me that the Israeli government, Mossad, did not know that the Hamas guys were going to fly over on their little fucking balloon bikes and kill people at a festival. And by the way, the response to that attack was 6 hours. The IDF was told to stand down. On the most secured and surveyed border in the world, the IDF took 6 hours to respond to an attack. That's their whole training, is to defend Israel from a Hamas terrorist attack. And they took 6 hours to get there. Why? Because the Israeli government stopped them. Why? Because guess what? October 7th gave Israel a great chance, the opportunity to go over there and fucking level the entire state of Palestine. It's no secret, okay? And like if you're a hardcore Republican, it's like, oh, it's not true. Go talk to other Republicans because the majority of Republicans will agree with you on that. All right. I don't care if a fucking liberal agrees with me on that. They don't agree with me. They don't agree with me on that because they researched. They disagree with me because fucking CNN told them that. Idiots, right? Pat Beck, which news station are you working for? I'm not working for any Pat Beck. Not working for any. Working for IT Vlogs. All right. Working for freedom. But like 9/11, right? I mean, we totally, you cannot tell me that we didn't know there was a bunch of Al-Qaeda terrorists traveling in and out of the United States. It's because they did know it was going to happen, right? Days before the attack, massive insurance policies were taken out. Literally the day before the attack, there was massive like insider trading when it came to the airlines and different agencies, gold, oil prices, right? People made a lot of money off 9/11. We don't know who they are either. It was just a very small group of people, but they made a lot of money off 9/11. Their names have never been released. And then we went over to Afghanistan right away, but immediately we had our warmongers and our government saying that we need to go to war with Iraq. War with Iraq. Why? Granted, Saddam Hussein was not a good man. Okay. I'm not defending Iraq at all. But what was Iraq to Israel? They were a threat to Israel. We lied and said that the reason we went to Iraq because they had weapons of mass destruction. We never found any weapons of mass destruction. The only weapons of mass destruction we found were chemical weapons that we gave them back in the 80s. Weapons we gave them. Those are the only ones we found over there. The weapons that we gave them as Americans. Those are the only weapons we found over there. But we went over there and we obliterated that entire country. We leveled it. We actually started the war on Iraq early before they could even hand over Saddam Hussein. All over WMDs. And guess who told us about the WMDs? Israel. Right? We don't fight wars. Typically, when America fights wars, not because we want to help things, it's because we want to make money. And war, if you know anything about war, it's a great, great money maker. Did Bush do it then? Bush did not like directly do Bush did 9/11 is like a funny thing. But like, I don't think Bush, my opinion is that the CIA probably did not inform Bush on what was happening. Right. And if he did, he was told not to say anything about it. Because you guys got to think, right? Presidents come in, they serve for 4 years, right? And the Democratic Republican parties, they switch every 4 years. The head of the CIA stays in for as long as he fucking wants. So like if I'm the head of the CIA, right, and I have an agenda, a long-term plan to dismantle the United States and to become, a rich person myself and just to make everyone else impoverished, I don't need to do it in 4 years. I can spread my plan out around 30 years because yes, every 4 years or so, I might have someone come in. It's like a pain in the ass to deal with that makes it hard for me to, do the things I want to do. But eventually they're going to be out of office, right? So then I can get right back to it. That's what the CIA is. Do you think we should have been in Somalia? I personally think no. It was their civil war that we shouldn't have been in. To be honest, I can't speak on that, Cade. I haven't looked too much into Somalia. I will though. But if I'm looking at it, I mean, I don't think we should be in a lot of places that we go. We tend to go fight for a lot of other people other than Christians because there's Christians being massacred in Nigeria right now. Christians are being massacred in Nigeria. Yet our government doesn't say a word. Yet we go and fight for all these other stupid causes. We go fight for Ukraine, and Ukraine is like one of those anti-Christian countries in the fucking world, run by a fucking corrupt prime minister, president, whatever the fuck you call him. Ukraine's a joke. I'm also not pro-Russian either. I'm not saying that, but Ukraine's a fucking joke. The amount of money we've wasted over there, and they're not going to win the war. It's impossible for them to win the war. I'm not saying Putin's a good guy. I'm not saying that at all. But if you look at like a lot of like Russian policy and Putin, they've kind of never really wanted a problem with America. America just wanted a problem with them. Have you noticed any change in your audience since you left the military? Yes. Oh, have you watched Black Hawk Down? Okay, yes. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Seeing Black Hawk Down, I'm more familiar with what you're talking about now. I just, like I said, Kate, I don't know too many specifics, so I'm going to stray away from having an opinion on it. But Kate, I definitely look into that. And Black Hawk Down was a great fucking movie. And I think that film was very. I think it says a lot about what was going on over there. So I'll definitely look into that more. Thanks for Kate for bringing that up. But how did you go in knowing you might go fight for some rich man to make more guy? I have a question. Obviously, you are proud you served, as people are proud of you. But how did you go in knowing you might go fight? I'll be honest, Austin. Whenever I joined the Marine Corps, I didn't think like that. I didn't think how I thought now. Like I was like, oh, like America this, America, and like I'm still America this, America that. The problem is now I've matured and I realize, like, a lot of the reason we fight wars aren't for the interest of American people. And if we're fighting them for not the interest of American people, then what the fuck are we fighting them for? You know, what is it for me to put my life on the line if I have a family back home that loves me for something that doesn't serve any of their interest? You know, but I didn't think like that before I joined. You a big Lord of the Rings Hobbit fan? I'm not. No, I don't watch those. LCIA, the CIA is awful. But I mean, yeah, L Ukraine and L Russia, both. Any country that we send fucking money to and then they want to be ungrateful and act like assholes to us, fuck them. I got two great examples, Ukraine and Israel. But yeah, what do you think about the Gulf War? The Gulf War, specifically the Gulf War, I think it's very reminiscent of what happened with Iraq. I actually just finished up a podcast on. Actually, I still have to. I'm almost finished with a podcast on it, which I usually kind of get introduced to topics via podcast, and then I'll go in and do my own research. So, but yeah, guys. Well, hey, I'm gonna hop off here. 2 hours on the stream, guys. Hey, round of applause. Clap from home. Drop W's in the chat, guys. This was phenomenal. I had so much fun. This was great. I'm very grateful for you guys. We had a lot of people on here when I don't think we ever went below like 24 views. We consistently had around 30 people on. We had up to like 50 at one point. Just phenomenal, guys. And like I get this live stream was very unstructured. It was very nuanced, kind of all over the place. But guys, big things coming. And my goal is to truly I've found passion in what's going on in the world and connecting it to Christ and trying to connect it to try to make it a better world. And like that's my passion right now. And I want to bring the truth to light in a creative lens. And I'm going to do my absolute best to do that. But I need your guys' help. I need you guys to repost my stuff when I post them. Like this is all I'm asking of you guys. Tell people about this. If you like this stuff I'm posting, if you agree with what I'm saying, repost the stuff, send it to your friends, tell your family. Because we are in a dire situation right now. Our country is in a dire situation. If you're a Christian, we are in a dire situation. Like I talked about earlier, we are being directly targeted by foreign governments. It is in paper. It is in writing. And we have to do something. We have to speak out. We have to get the word out there. We have to make people realize and aware of what's happening because we're already so deep in the hole. We can't afford to go any deeper. But yeah, guys, so stay strong. I love you guys. Chase your dreams. And I'll see you guys in the next video because I'm dropping a video this week. Next stream. See you guys in the next one. Chase your dreams. Adios, guys. Love you guys. I don't know how to end this. How do I end this? Oh, love you guys. Adios. I'll talk to you guys later. God bless. God bless America. God bless you. And just God bless you. I'll talk to you guys later. Adios.